New moon in Virgo on September 14th, 2023. How are we going to work in all of this retrograde energy? I think that's kind of the big question to ask ourselves for this new moon. It's new beginnings, it's new chapters, it's new seeds. That's new moon energy. It's in the sign of Virgo, which is the sign of utilitarian. It's the sign of perfecting something. It's the sign of systems, right? Like, how do we make the system better? It's the sign of health. It's the sign of, if we want to go higher, it's the sign of the earth priestess, right? Like, what is it that we're grounding in to physical reality? It's an earth sign, so it's very much about manifesting. It's very embodied. Virgo is this beautiful, beautiful energy around being very, very embodied. So the energy is kind of pointing us toward our bodies, pointing us toward how are we taking care of ourselves, pointing us toward how are we manifesting and grounding in, let's call it sacred callings. Let's call it what it is, sacred callings, right? Higher purposes, what it is that you're really here to do. That's Virgo. Virgo's like, let me give you the system and let me give you the way, let me earth in what it is that makes you uniquely shine. So all of the signs, they go through this maturation process. So Leo, we were just in, and it was a big Leo season because of the Venus retrograde in Leo. So it was a lot about what makes you shine, what brings your light out into the world, what is uniquely you. And then Virgo goes, I'm going to help you make it happen. I'm going to help you ground it in. I'm going to help you create the system to support your unique expression of self, right? What lights you up, what makes you shine truly, deeply, authentically for you. Isn't this great? It's great. It's also got a bad rap. Virgo is also, it's almost a little bit like when we think about Saturn in astrology and we're just like, oh God, daily routines, gross, right? Oh God, discipline, that's Saturn, gross. Oh God, systems, ugh. But there is an enormous amount of magic. That's what makes it happen. That's what makes dreams come true. Saturn is a manifester. Virgo is a manifester. They're not the airy-fairy, dreamy, okay, wee, la, 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 that's so great, Sagittarius, oh my God, yay. And I love Sag, I got a lot of Sag, but nothing against any of this stuff. But I'm trying to help us to have a different relationship with Virgo, because when we have this different relationship with Virgo and we can respect it and we can work with it and we can get excited about it, and we can work on the high side of it, right? The light side of it, the gifting side of it. We can really watch just our lives go to healthier places, more fulfilling places, more purpose-filled places, because we're able to set up the systems that support us to do the thing that we're dying to do or to create the life that we're dying to create. That's Virgo. That's this whole moment in time. It's this whole moment in time. Okay, so that was a fun little deep dive intro just to get into Virgo energy and this Virgo new moon. All right, let me feel into some things we're going to dive into. One, I really want to get into Venus is still going over her shadow. Yes, she's direct, but she's still going over what was her retrograde journey. So her shadow, it's integration of the Venus retrograde underworld journey. So your feminine went into the underworld, is now coming out, and she's like, here's what I want you to embody. Here's what I want you to embody. I want to talk about that. Mercury turns direct the day after this new moon. New moon happens on the 14th. Mercury turns direct on the 15th. That's pretty big. In Virgo, right? In Virgo. So a lot of Virgo energy. What was this Mercury retrograde about? And it is not about computers breaking, right? It is not about that. That's one surface, tiny little level. But Mercury retrogrades, it's a shadow journey. Again, it's an underworld, underground journey. It's going into your unconscious, right? That's Mercury in retrograde, just like the Venus. But Venus was the feminine, going in, looking at values, looking at heart-based things in the sign of Leo. This is Mercury. This is so fucking good. Venus, heart, underworld, like goes in, sees what are your values in Leo, what makes you uniquely shine, what I talked about earlier, followed immediately, overlappingly by Mercury going retrograde in the sign of systems, the mind, right? Mercury's the mind. So Venus is heart, Mercury is mind. Mind then goes into an underground journey to go, okay, how can I revise, review, revisit systems, right? Systems, Virgo, systems, daily habits, routines, what it is that you spend your gosh darn time on every single day, right? Like tiny little minuscule decisions that add up to what it is that you're creating and manifesting in your world, right? And so it's like this amazing time where the mind is looking at, okay, well, this supports the Venusian part of me, the heart of me, my shine, what I'm uniquely here to do. This supports it, this doesn't. Need to clean up my daily routine, need to clean up what I spend my time on every day. This system needs to be tweaked a little bit. This is stunning. It's stunning, and most people are gonna miss it. Most people are gonna miss it. We're just gonna be like, this is how it might feel on the surface, and I'm gonna invite you to go deeper. So on the surface, it might feel like everything's so slow. I can't get anything to move forward. I can't launch anything. I can't, there's like no forward, outward, into the world motion. No, and that's okay. Where the motion is taking place is literally like taking notes, revising your daily schedule, revising your team within your work structure, revising your launch schedule for what it was that you were going to create, what it is that you're going to create. So this is an enormously fruitful, it's incredibly fruitful. It's fertile as fuck. We're just looking for the fertility from the fruit on the tree, when it's actually like, no. Right now we're looking at the tree and we're like, okay, to get the most fruit, the juiciest, sweetest fruit, which is like your juiciest, sweetest life, we're gonna need a little more fertilizer, a little less water, a little more, I don't know, just love toward the tree, the fruit tree. That's this moment in time, right? So think about what it is in your life that you've kind of been focused on, or what's been coming up for you for the last 2 months. We could say like the last 2 months, last 8 weeks, what's been coming up for you? Where have you been focusing your energy on, or where has the world been drawing your energy to it, right? What has the world, the events, the environment, people, things that are unfolding in your life, what's been hot for you? Has it been relationship? Has it been career? Has it been, right? Like, and just whatever it is, be so okay, like, okay, be so accepting, non-judgmental, so we can see, we can really, really see from bird's eye perspective without like the blinders on of like, well, I only want it to be for my career, when actually your relationships are the thing that have been like in the spotlight. So be so open. Here's what's been in the spotlight in my life. Here's what's been in the spotlight in my life. And now if we look at it, we can go, okay, spotlight of my life, let's just say it was relationships for you. By the way, a really great way to look at this from a technician standpoint, so it's not so personal. Sometimes reflecting on our life, we get too personal. We have too many judgments around it. We're too close to it, right? Like we're in the tornado of our life. We can't see the tornado because we're in it. But one really great way to step out of the tornado of ourselves is to look at our astrology chart and look at where Mercury has gone retrograde and where Venus has gone retrograde in your birth chart. It's a way, it's a tool, it's something that can point to things. You want to look at the house. So you want to look at the house. Which house, that's the area of life. It literally, your birth chart points to, and Mercury went retrograde in the house of family. Well, it'll tell you. And Venus went retrograde in the house of money, finances. So like, these are it's potentially a really good thing to know. It's a really good way to reflect on things. So if you have your birth chart, have a look. Where is Leo? That was Venus. That's all you need to do is like, what house is Leo in? And then look at what house is Virgo in. Look at the Virgo and Leo, Virgo and Leo, Virgo and Leo. What areas of my life have been lit up by this retrograde period and by this new moon, because this new moon is in Virgo, right? With Mercury stationing, that's really, really lit up right now. That would be the one that I would say is present, current, the one to kind of reflect on the past over the last 2 months. Recent past would be, where is Leo in your chart? That was that Venus retrograde. If you don't know how to do that, there's a free masterclass, right? It's like a 90-minute thing, totally free. I just teach you how to run a free birth chart, how to find the houses, how to look for different things in your chart. So if you're like, I don't know how to do that, but I want to, go do the masterclass. There's a link below. It's really easy. Okay, so let's move on a little bit here. Let me feel for a second. Let's talk about this aspect. So this new moon is falling in Virgo. It is trine. That's a good supportive aspect to Uranus. Uranus, how I see this or feel this in my system as a potential for how it may unfold or what we could lean into. We could meditate on this. We could open the door. We can consciously work with this. All of these things that I tell you all the time are things you could consciously work with, right? You could get creative, create an embodiment practice around this for yourself. You could do a reflective journaling practice around this for yourself. You could sit in silent meditation and just hold the intention. Insights, 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 insights. So this is what I was going to share around this insights piece and this Uranus in this trine to the new moon. Uranus is flashes of insights. We're in this Virgo, create systems, revise systems, routines, right? To support. Why do you want to do it? That sounds so fucking boring for most people. Not all of us. Some of us love it, right? We love organizing shit. We love systems. We love spreadsheets. We love revising our diet. We love revising our meditation sequence, our yoga, whatever it is. But if you don't love it, you're like, oh my God, it's so that you can shine brighter. It's so that you can manifest your dreams. It's literally what Virgo teaches you. You want to manifest your dreams? Here's how you're going to ground it in. And it is little decision by little decision by little decision by little decision, and they all add up to be really profound effects in our lives, right? What you decided to eat for breakfast is going to affect your energy. That's going to affect how much that you're able to go walking today and the cardio that you get in. And then that's going to affect your nervous system and the amount of sunlight you get in because you were outside. And so that shifts things for you. Then you get the fresh air and you get you're grounded because you're walking outside on the land. So you get the grounding, you get reconnected into nature, right? That then opens up insights and creativity for you. Do you see how every little tiny, that's what Virgo's teaching us. Every little tiny thing adds up. Every little thing is adding up. It's the Earth Priestess. She's literally saying the interconnectedness of the all of everything influences everything all of the time. Your tiny little choice has an enormous ripple effect that you have no idea about. So please pay attention to the details. That's what Virgo teaches us. Please pay attention to the details. They matter, right? They matter in big ways. Okay, so let's talk more about this Uranus trine because this is beautiful and can really support this new moon. If we were to feel into my highest, my greatest life, me on purpose, me in alignment, me with open heart love, whatever our deepest heart's desires are, and how do I create systems to live in that space more and more and more and more and more? And you ask that and you lean into flashes of insights because the way Uranus talks, Uranus comes in with flashes of insights. It's quick. It's lightning bolt, right? It's quick. It's lightning. It's a flash of an insight. It's just boom, here's an intuition. Boom, here's a vision. Boom, here, quick, do this. It's quick. It's quick. And we'll miss it. So it's really easy to miss Uranus insights. They're stunning. I mean, they're so wide, but they're so fast. It's like a flash. And you can open up to that in meditation. You could really sit holding, okay, my life to the next greatest degree. Let the insights come in. And you could do this whole new moon, the days around the new moon. Like that could be your practice. That could be what you journal on. Maybe you go to sleep at night, and before you go to sleep, let me have flashes of insights around what supports my greatest unfolding. What supports my greatest purpose? What supports what it is that I'm deeply, truly wanting to create in life? I'm loving the Uranus. It's also, let me feel for a second. Uranus to bring in possible events that will shift things. So not just flashes of insights, that's all mind associated, which is very true. Flashes of insights where we can make decisions. But also Uranus can bring in just a quick, rapid change, a very unexpected event. And if we can be open to what is this showing me? What is this shifting in my life? How is this changing my life, right? Like my dog very unexpectedly died. That was a very happened at my Uranus transit in a midlife thing, right? It was very Uranian, but boom, it opened my heart and legit brought in a relationship that was not planned, but it was very Uranian. But I was very open to the gift of it. Like, okay, here's the gift of it. Here's what's happening, to be with it and go, what is the gift of this awakening? It was a crazy hard awakening. I mean, through loss and death and pain, but holy shit, I've never gone through a bigger hard awakening in my life, ever. And it was very Uranian, right? But it was Uranian in the physical. So Uranus is still in Taurus. So that's the physical world, right? Virgo is in Earth. That's physical world. They're very earthy. There's a lot of planets and a lot of energy in Earth signs, right? So it's very much in the physical world, in the, we could say, mundane world, in like reality. But if we can be open to, gosh, how are the events and the things that are unfolding in my reality, in the physical, how are they supporting, how can I work with them to support my greatest unfolding? How can I work with them to support the creation of systems? This is the overall theme. Support the creation of systems to support, the overall theme, the creation of systems, the revising of systems, all systems, every system, your physical health system, right? Your daily routine is a system, your work system, your creation system, your meditation system, everything's a system, right? So it's shifting, changing, or creating new systems to support your greatest unfolding. Your greatest unfolding is you shining your light in your unique, true, authentic way. You being on purpose, you feeling in alignment, you really opening up to the creation of your deepest heart's desires, right? Creating the life that fulfills your deepest heart's desires. What is it your soul came here to do? We have Eris on the North Node. This is going to be here for a while. Eris. I mean, come on, this doesn't get any better than this. Eris, truth teller. She will create chaos and she will create discord so that you get out of old patterns, old ways, old stuckness, and you move forward toward the achievement of your destiny. It's stunning. And she's relentless because we can be stubborn. We can be so stubborn, right? When it comes to change, it comes to transformation, it comes to our greatest potential. It's the thing we're the most scared of, right? It's the thing, you are not afraid of your failures. You are more afraid of your infinite potential and your enormous amount of power and just how wildly creative and powerful you are, right? It's that beautiful Marianne Woodman, I actually think it's Marianne Williamson, sorry. Her beautiful quote, right? We'll try to put that in the comments below. So that you can look at it. But I reference it all the time and I see it all the time, all the time, right? Like I'm in the middle of 2 different priestess trainings and it's the shadow thing we bump into the most. It's the deepest fear. It's the deepest shadow territory. I'm afraid of stepping into this. I'm afraid of stepping into my greatness. I'm afraid of creating that relationship that I see as this enormously fulfilling beautiful, glorious thing. I'm afraid of my own love. I'm afraid of becoming the witchy self that I know that I am. I'm afraid of my gifts. I'm afraid of my genius. I'm afraid of being seen. I'm afraid of showing up in the world. I'm afraid. I'm going to dim my light. I'm going to just play it small, or I'm going to play it safe, right? And Eris, so Eris on the North Node, she's like, you can keep trying to play it safe. You can keep trying to slow down your destiny, but I'm going to keep dropping chaos bombs, right? I'm going to keep dropping chaos bombs. I want to just look at this chart really quickly. There's something here that's kind of pinging me. Sorry. I just want to see this. Yeah, it's North Node in Aries right now. It's a North Node. She's legit pushing you to pioneer into authentic self, true self, right? Like pioneer. This too good. It's too good. Your unique light. Aries and Leo. We talk about, we want sovereignty, right? Those are the two signs. And I listened to actually, I think it was Pam Gregory who was mentioning this. She's like, no, I see Aries and Leo as the two most sovereign signs. And I sat with that, and something for you to reflect on for yourself, right? But in a way, it's a way of talking about it. And if we just had this enormous Leo thing, now it's like, please put systems in place to support your unique shine, your sovereignty. Let's just call it sovereignty. Your sovereignty, you being courageous enough to stand in your truth and your genius and what it is that you're really here to do and what it is that really lights you up. We were in this circle yesterday, and this beautiful woman, she's facilitating an experience for us all, and she takes us through this beautiful practice of essentially creating systems. I mean, it was so perfect for this moment in time. Essentially creating systems, giving us all this a brainstorming session with a lot of inspiration, a lot of juju, and a lot of truth energy being poured into the space. And it was create what is it that you're going to do in the next 12 weeks? Kind of like goal oriented, but what are you going to do every day? What's your daily routine? So Virgo. And by the way, you could create this little practice for yourself. What is it? Make it tangible, make it physical. And it was really hilarious because it's ReWilding, right? We were founded on ReWilding for women. It was an extraordinary amount of goddess energy, feminine energy, divine feminine energy rips through every circle, right? Every space that's under the kind of banner or in the energetics of ReWilding. And she's like, the feminine's allergic to this. It was fucking hilarious. And I couldn't agree more, right? The feminine's allergic to discipline, is allergic to direction, allergic to where are we going? And that's what Virgo's fucking asking. That's what Virgo's asking. And it's literally getting that juice and that wildly creative feminine in a harmonious dance with discipline, with direction forward, with a system that supports this beautiful, glorious, feminine, creative, harmonious dance that's wanting to be made manifest. And that's your life. That's you. That's your soul expression. We need that discipline. We need the direction. We need the systems. Can we stop being so fucking allergic to them? Oh, you're limiting my freedom. The fuck if I am. I'm actually giving you the freedom because I'm giving you this glorious container to fucking dance in, and I'm helping you to ground it, to earth it, to make it manifest, right? To bring it from spirit into matter. And this is how you do it. It's stunning. So anyways, back to this part. I love this part. You ready for it? So go through this whole exercise, the whole thing of what's your goal? What's your discipline? And then she brings in the deep fucking reverence to the feminine. Ready for it? Right? After all that, the deep reverence to the feminine. Does this light you up? If it doesn't, start over. Oh my God. That's keeping the masculine in check. That's keeping direction, discipline, where are we headed to in check. Because it's calling in the soul, the feminine soul. Does this light you up? It's calling in the heart, right? It's calling in feminine essence is radiance. It's light you up. Does this light you up? If this lights you up, how can I serve that light? What can I create? What can I bring into the world? What systems? How it's literally like masculine warrior going out to serve deep true light. but we need to be connected to that deep true light and get really, really honest. What is it that's lighting us up? And then how can I serve that? And continuing to check so that the way that we serve it, the systems that we create, stay in alignment with that deep soul truth, that deep feminine essence of this is what lights me up, this is what serves, this is how love wants to move through me. And then the masculine comes in and goes, this is how I can create systems. It's your masculine. We're not talking man, woman. We're talking that aspect of ourselves, right? That Saturnian aspect of ourselves. He's a gatekeeper, right? The masculine is, it holds, I could go off on this for so long. I'm not going to. Let me know in the comments if this topic lights you up in some way. Maybe we'll do an additional thing on this, like, I don't know, masculine, feminine weaving, like how can we really get them dancing together, right? The feminine light, the feminine intuition, the feminine soul, and then the masculine direction, the manifest, like how do they work together to manifest something, to bring it in, to move something from an inspiration into matter, from, you know, spirit into matter. So if that sings to you, leave a note in the comments below on the YouTube video. If you're listening on the audio, pop over to the YouTube video, leave a note. If there's enough, maybe that's what we'll do for a topic next, like in just a few days. So just an idea. Okay, let me think if there's anything else that I really would love to touch on in this new moon. There's a flavor of Neptune. So just know Neptune is opposing this new moon. Neptune, if we were going to lean into that, it would be loosening. I love this about Neptune. Loosening, right? Because we're in structures, we're in Virgo, it's a new moon in Virgo, so it's like revising, reviewing, revisiting, letting Neptune loosen patterns, loosen old grooves, old nervous system grooves, old thought pattern grooves, right? Where we just get stuck in this routine, we get stuck in this habitual way of doing something. Letting Neptune come in, I always work, not always, but there's this beautiful practice of working with him as the cloud of unknowing. It just like descends on you, this cloud of unknowing, and it literally allows or moves. This is an embodiment practice where you can work with like the wiring of your mind and your body, your nervous system wiring, and you invite Neptune in as this cloud of unknowing, and it loosens, right? These deeply ingrained thought patterns, deeply ingrained, you know, my nervous system just automatically, I'm on autopilot and this happens, I respond in this way, or my daily routine is just so deeply ingrained. So I love that this Neptune is in the mix and bringing in kind of the fog, right? Of just like loosening old patterns, old ways, things that keep us stuck. Okay, that is it for me. I'm gonna leave us here. Would love to see you all in the comments. I'm always there the first couple of days. If you're not subscribed to the channel, you might wanna do that. If you love this or got something out of it, the thumbs up always helps us. I don't know. It's always just a feel good for us too. Like, all right, cool. We're bringing something to some people. Facebook group, always hanging out in there. If you want to do some deeper work into some things, I don't know. I'm not gonna talk about anything. We got a ton of programs going on. We got a ton of offers going on. We always do. There's always ways to deepen into stuff. And if you're like, wow, love this, but want more practices, want to go deeper, just there'll be some stuff down in the comments below for you to feel into if that sings to you. But otherwise, my gosh, just have an amazing new moon. And I send you so much love and so many blessings for this one. And I will see you where I see you, when I see you, and how I see you.